My sister got a US $80K Mercedes from our parents, and I got a US $50 Costco gift card. At first, I tried to laugh it off. I tried to tell myself it was just a mistake, that maybe there was more to the story than what I was seeing. But when I held that little card in my hand, the plastic still shiny and unbent, while my sister jingled the keys to a brand new Mercedes in her perfectly manicured fingers, I felt something break inside me. I felt like the air was being sucked out of the room. I felt invisible, like all my years of trying of being the good one, the responsible one, the one who didn't cause trouble, didn't matter at all. My parents were smiling, so proud of themselves, as if they had done something grand and noble, something that would be remembered for years. My sister squealed, hugged them tightly, her perfume filling the air as she jumped up and down like a child getting her first pony. And I just stood there, holding that card like it was both a gift and a cruel joke, as if it symbolized everything I had ever felt, but never said out loud. I wanted to scream. I wanted to throw the card on the floor and shout, "Is this all I'm worth to you?" But I didn't. I just smiled, nodded, and said thank you, because that's what I've always done. I've always played the part of the polite child, the one who swallows disappointment and pretends it's fine. Inside, though, it burned. It burned more than I could put into words. When we stepped outside, my sister rushed toward her new car. The metallic paint shimmered in the sunlight, the leather interior still carrying that intoxicating new car smell. She took pictures, posed beside it, and immediately posted it to social media with captions dripping with gratitude and hashtags that made my stomach churn. Fa blessed. Fa dream car. Fa parents are at the best. And the comments poured in, each one a stab at my heart, as if the entire world was celebrating her joy, while no one even noticed my quiet humiliation. That night, I sat on my bed staring at the gift card. $50. I thought of all the things I could buy with it, maybe a bulk pack of toilet paper, a frozen pizza, some laundry detergent. Practical, forgettable things. Nothing close to the luxury, the status, the adoration that came with an A2K car. And the more I thought about it, the more I wondered why. Why her? Why not me? Why was I always the afterthought? I thought back to my childhood. She was the golden child, the one who could do no wrong. When she got into trouble, my parents laughed it off. When I made even the smallest mistake, they scolded me, reminding me I had to set an example. When she wanted new clothes, they found a way to buy them. When I asked, they told me to save my allowance. It was always her first, her best, her happiness. And me, I was just there, filling space, never quite enough. But this was different. This wasn't just favoritism. This was a message. A message that I was worth $50 while she was worth $80,000. And I couldn't shake it. I couldn't sleep that night. I kept replaying the scene in my head, hearing their laughter, seeing their smiles, and feeling the weight of that card in my hand. The next morning, my sister pulled up to the driveway, honking her new horn, her sunglasses perched perfectly on her nose, her music blasting. She waved at me like she was royalty and I was a peasant. "Wanna go for a ride?" She called out, her grin wide, her voice filled with mockery disguised as generosity. I shook my head. She shrugged and drove off, the sound of the engine roaring like a reminder of everything I didn't have. For weeks, it continued. Every family dinner became about the car. My parents bragged to relatives, to neighbors, to anyone who would listen. "Did you see what we got her? She deserves it. She's worked so hard. She's such a success." And every time, I sat there silently, biting my tongue, while they barely acknowledged me. I felt smaller and smaller, until I wasn't sure if I even existed in their eyes anymore. One night, I finally broke. I was sitting alone, the gift card still untouched in my drawer, when tears just started pouring down my face. I wasn't just crying about the car, or the card. I was crying about years of being overlooked, years of trying to earn love that never came, years of being second to someone who never had to try. I cried until I couldn't breathe, until my chest ached and my head throbbed. And when I finally stopped, something inside me shifted. I realized I couldn't keep living like this. I couldn't keep waiting for my parents to see me, to value me, to love me the way I wanted them to. They weren't going to change. They had made their choice, over and over again, and I had let it destroy me. But I couldn't let it anymore. I had to choose myself. The next day, I took the card out of my drawer. I looked at it one last time, then I tore it in half. It wasn't about the money. It was about the message. And I refused to let that message define me. I grabbed my bag, my keys, and I left. I didn't tell anyone where I was going. I just drove. For hours, I drove with no destination, just letting the road take me somewhere, anywhere that wasn't home. Eventually, I stopped at a park. I sat on a bench, watching strangers walk by, families laughing, children playing, couples holding hands. And for the first time, I thought about what I wanted. Not what my parents wanted, not what my sister flaunted, but me. What did I want for my life? What would make me happy, truly happy, without their approval or validation? It was then I realized something powerful. All my life I had been waiting for scraps of love, fighting for crumbs of recognition, when I had the ability to build my own life, my own worth, without their permission. My sister might have her Mercedes, but I had something she didn't: the hunger to create my own path, the strength to rise from nothing, the courage to walk away. From that moment on, I made a promise to myself. I wouldn't let their favoritism control me anymore. I wouldn't measure my worth in cars or gift cards or comparisons. I would build something of my own, something no one could take away from me. And one day, when I looked back, I wouldn't remember the pain of being given less. I would remember the strength I found when I finally decided I was enough. So while my sister drove around in her shiny car, showing it off to the world, I started working quietly. I poured myself into my dreams, my passions, my goals. I worked late nights, early mornings, every spare moment. And slowly, things began to change. Opportunities came, doors opened, people noticed. Not because of my parents, not because of what they gave me, but because of what I created for myself. Years later, when I pulled up to my own house, in a car I bought with my own hard-earned money, I didn't think about the Mercedes. I didn't think about the gift card. I thought about the journey, the pain, the tears, the resilience. I thought about the moment I tore that card in half and chose myself. And for the first time, I felt something I had been chasing my entire life: peace.